discovered a blown carrier bearing. So on mine, all the rubber has deteriorated, and so the drive shaft is just bouncing around. Also, I have a little bit of play in my rear U-joint that connects to the diff, so we're going to go ahead and swap that out, swap this out. That should take care of our vibration issues. So let's get into it. First thing you want to do is chock your front tires. Okay, there's 2 bolts attached to the studs. Feels like they are a 5/8, so let's go ahead and test that. Yep. So we're going to reuse these 2 nuts. The new carrier bearing did not come with new nuts. Do not lose these or damage them. You'll need both of them. Okay, the drive shaft is out. You can see these bearings side by side. I want you to just pay extra attention to the orientation of that center bearing. As you can see, we got this little cup piece facing out this way. The new bearing did come with a new cup as well. So we're going to want this little piece that's sticking out to face towards the back of the truck. And then you can see the front part is obviously different. So this will be towards the back, that'll be towards the front. Now the shaft only goes in one way, so I mean you can mark it if you want to, but I can show you. Okay, right here is a double spline. There you go. So you can see right there how that looks different from all the other splines. So this is only going to go in one way. Oh, it's a little dry. It's not too bad. Right, here's the fun part. So if you got a press, use the press to take the bearing off, and use your press to put the other bearing on. If you don't have one, use an angle grinder. I'm going to try to use a Sawzall, and hopefully that's going to be strong enough. We'll find out. that was a huge pain in the ass. I knew I had this chisel somewhere. I couldn't find it for the longest time. And I found it buried in the bag. Also, if you're not going to use a press, get yourself a grinder. That's one, I don't have a grinder in my toolkit, so I used the old Sawzall. Took for freaking ever. But you just seen that it does work. It's just a big pain in the ass. So we got that out. We're going to go ahead and clean this up with some Scotch-Brite. Get all the dirt and shit out of there, and then get ready to press that other one back on. Okay, so the next step is we got to get this bearing put back on there without a press. I'm going to implore a method that I picked up from some of you do-it-yourselfers on YouTube. I'm going to use this bag of ice, wrap it around the shaft here, leave it there for a few minutes, and the cold will contract the metal just a little bit. And then I'm going to take a torch and I'm going to heat up the inside bearing just a little bit, just so it's just expands a little bit. And that should be just enough to press on the bearing by hand with maybe a little bit of love tap. So wish me luck. Be back here in about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. So the shaft should be pretty ice cold now. Apply a little bit of grease. Ooh, go ahead and heat this up just a little bit. All right, we are back. Sorry about that, guys. The battery died in my phone, so I had to keep going without you. But no worries. It wasn't anything too interesting. I finished pounding in this little cup piece here, and then I put the shaft back together. You'll remember it only goes in one way because it has one double groove thing, so she stays nice and balanced. I broke that other clamp, so just use 2 zip ties, and you'll see some RTV sealant around here because that dust cover is a little busted up in spots, so I don't have a new one handy, so I patched it up best I could with some RTV sealant. And then the only other thing that I did was I replaced that rear U-joint that was flopping around. So between having a new one of those and one of these, should be in pretty good shape. Oh yeah, and I greased the yokes. Put some fresh grease in the yokes here. So that'll go together nice and smooth and won't rust up on us. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set you up, and we're going to just go ahead and put it right back together the way that we took it out. Okay, we got it back in. There's the new carrier. Everything's in. Now the only thing left to do is take it for a spin and see if we see what happens, I guess. Alright guys, we just took her out for an old spin here, and the vibration and shuddering is gone, and the loud shuddering noise that it made where the carrier bearing is gone, and it drives a hell of a lot smoother, more smooth than it ever has since I bought it. So we're going to call that a win. That'll do it for this video. It's how you change the carrier bearing in your truck. Pretty easy, kind of a pain in the ass, but you know, it's not the worst thing to do, and it's definitely worth it if you need to do it. So subscribe, hit that bell so you can keep up with what's going on with old Pig back here. Like the video if you found it useful, and we'll see you on the next one.